Hi everybody, and welcome to our first section of graphing linear equations. Today for this video, we're gonna introduce the coordinate plane and really talk about slope, okay? So if we take a look at this graph right over here, that is what we call a coordinate plane or a graph, okay? Where the horizontal line here is what we call the x-axis, and the vertical line here is what we call the y-axis. The point here in the middle, we call this an intersection when they cross, is the origin. Okay, and then each kind of block here, that's that block right there, is what we call a quadrant, okay? And each quadrant has a number. So starting from this quadrant, that's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. We typically do them using Roman numerals. So let's now that we've kind of talked about the basics, let's go through some very particular points that we need to talk about. So to the left is an example of a coordinate plane. This is a grid where every corner of a box represents a point. Every point is provided with what we call like an address, and it consists of two numbers. Okay, like that has, so the numbers are going to be the x numbers and then the y numbers that go up like that. So it's going to be how many points you're going to the right or to the left, and then how many points you go up or down. So x, y. The first number says where the point is horizontally on the grid, and the second number is where it is vertically. The point where the number line crosses is called the origin and has an address of 0, 0. Okay? So those are some basics. Now, there is some vocabulary here that we need to make sure we talk about. Ordered pair, two numbers associated with a point on a graph. The first number gives the horizontal location of the point. The second number gives the vertical location. So that's the essentially address of the point. That's called an ordered pair. Coordinate is a number in an ordered pair, x coordinate, y coordinate. Okay, so this would be the x coordinate, and that number would be the y coordinate. Okay. Y-axis is the vertical number line. Points on the y-axis have coordinates of 0 and then a y number. Oh, sorry, and I missed the x-axis. X-axis is the horizontal number line. Points on the x-axis have the coordinate of whatever the x number is, comma 0. The origin is the point of intersection between the two axes, and quadrants are four regions created by an intersection of the two axes. All right, so I'm going to have you guys try this next one where you need to write the coordinates of the following points and plot the given points on the plane. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I'm going to label these as A, B, C, D, E, F, and I'll label these W, X, Y, Z, and we'll call this V. I should have done V at the beginning. But anyways, so I want you guys to go ahead and label and plot. So I'm going to have you guys pause this video. I'll pause the video, give you a few minutes, and then the answers will pop up. So I'm going to start pausing it now. All right, so that should be enough time. Take a look now. Here I put the answers up for you. Take a minute and go ahead and check your answers. Okay, let's move on. Now, there are quite a few ways of graphing. This is going to be the preliminary graphing, where we're going to graph y is equal to 2x. Okay, and I started plotting some numbers here. This is called what we call a table, okay, which is another way of coming up with our ordered pairs. And essentially what we're going to do is plug in the 2 in for the x value to get the y value. So 2 times, so we'd plug in the 2 times -2, and that should give us -4. So that's going to be the coordinate of -2, -4, and that would be the first ordered pair. Now we could do the same thing for the 0, so 2 times 0 gives us 0, and so that would be the origin, which is right there. That's the second coordinate. Now, or ordered pair, I should say. Then we're going to do when x is 1, so I'm going to plug in 1 into my equation, and that gives us 2. So when x is 1, your y value is 2. And you could keep plugging in numbers. For example, if I were to jump ahead a little bit and plug in, I want 5 for my x value, so we would just plug in 5 into the equation, and we would get 10. So the ordered pair 5, 10 is the address of the next point, and that would be up there. Finally, connecting all of these points, you would end up with a line. Let's pretend mine is straighter than it actually is. Okay, we say that all these points, -2, -4, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 5, 10 are all solutions to the equation of y is equal to 2x. This means that if we replace the variable with the values in the ordered pair, we would get a true statement. Okay, and that's kind of the bare bones introduction to the coordinate plane. And then we'll talk a little bit more about a slope exploration, and we'll talk primarily about slope in the next video.